Always fun to welcome Raw Chef Jane back into our studio kitchen, and this time of year especially because you're talking about your garden and being out in the morning and just picking all kinds of stuff. I'm always like, your garden is spectacular.
Well, you know, Chris shamed me yesterday into making asparagus today because he said, oh, did you see Raw Chef Jane picked up the asparagus, and I had a gorgeous crop of asparagus, and we of course ate it yesterday. And then when
if you know asparagus, it doesn't just grow right back.
No, it sure doesn't. And then, you know, so 6 o'clock this morning, I went out to the garden and I harvested what I could of asparagus, but I also had a little bit of kale growing. I had a little sorrel growing. I had some dill outside. I had some garlic chives, and I kind of said, okay, this is what I'll make today. So
she's got like her own produce department just right there.
So Chris came up with the name, what is it? Sassy Spring Asparagus Surprise.
Because it's a surprise.
Yeah, exactly.
I said, is it a side dish? She said, no, it could be. Is it an appetizer? Well, it could be that too, or a salad.
It could be a salad. It could be a main dish. It could be an appetizer. It could be a salad. It could be anything you want it to be. If you have enough of it, of course, it could be your main course, and that's fine.
So take your pick.
Now, when I picked the kale this morning, I had some beautiful baby kale growing. Remember to take your membrane out of the kale, because if you don't, this is like all fiber, and you'll chew this until the next century. Okay, you will never stop chewing that. It just doesn't ever stop. Now, I was able to get a little bit of asparagus out of the garden this morning, and I put it into the dehydrator for a little bit to soften it up. It was in there for about maybe 2 hours. And I'm going to put this into the bowl right now.
It's like, what have you gotten done so far this morning? Jane's been to her garden. She dehydrated some asparagus.
A couple of other things that I wanted to show you. I have a pot outside that has some green onions growing in it, and this one is starting to flower. It has a little scape on it.
Okay.
So people wonder, like, can you use that? What do you do with it? You know, how do you use it? Well, I just kind of cut off the top of it, and I'm kind of peeling that little layer off.
Okay.
Oh, it smells so nice and oniony. And I'm going to just kind of cut it up a little bit and put that in with my asparagus.
So
now,
you can use it.
I'm also growing chives outside, which I have over here, but some of them are also starting to flower. So again, what do you do with these? You can use these buds. You can wait until they flower. I used the flowers just the other day in a dish that I made, but you can use it right now, same thing. Look at that.
Do they harvest like more intense flavor in the bud?
I don't know that it's more intense, but it's like, why waste it?
Okay.
You know, to me, it's like, let's use all of it that we can. Now, I also had a little bit of dill growing this morning, so I chopped that up. And I have, of course, my garlic chives, which we already took the flowers in, and we put those in there. I'm going to put that in there as well. And I have some sorrel growing in my garden, which is very pretty. And I wanted to add a little bit of color with this. So I'm going to put the sorrel in here, and I'm going to put my chopped kale in there. And I chopped it as finely as I could.
Yeah, I was going to say that's
I want it to be fine, because kale can sometimes be a little tough. Actually, I should have taken some ginger. That would have been good in here too. And then I took a tomato, and it's de-seeded, and none of the juice is in there. It's just plain old, basically, what's the meat on the skin and such. So we're going to mix this up, and I'm going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in there, some salt and pepper, and we're going to mix it all up and make it really pretty and delicious. It's a nice savory dish. And it's a fun dish to make in the spring, because it's a surprise. Whatever you have growing, you can put in there.
All right, and it ties in perfectly with her fabulous recipe book here. It's not just salad. It can be anything you want it to be. You can go to her website, rawchefjane.com, for more information. We'll let her get to mixing, and we'll check it out here in just a little bit.
Oh, look.